What's up, y'all? You know who it is. It's your girl, Kayla St. Cloud, and I am here to do my very first book review with y'all. If you read this book or if you heard good things about the books that I do reviews on, comment below. This is an engaging space for us. It's a book club. It's an online book club, I guess. I don't know. I've never been in a book club. But I love reading books, and I love talking to y'all, and so why not review books that y'all are always asking me what I'm reading? So what are we going to call this thing? What are we going to call this? I have no clue. But we're here and we're reading and we're out here and we've already one book down. So let's get into it because I'm excited to talk to you about this very first book. I think this is a good first book. We're going to be talking about New Earth. Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth, Awakening Your Life's Purpose. He speaks a lot about the state of the world and the state of humans emotionally and spiritually. He talks a lot about ego, which is really important to me. Look, I started reading it in like 2014, 2015. It is like the fourth day of 2019 and I'm just not finishing it. Because sometimes with these books and with The Seat of the Soul, sometimes these books are a little heavy for me to take in. Either it's giving me so much information that I believe to be right that it just kind of like stuns me for a bit and I gotta kind of like digest it. And then some of the books give me so much information that I can't even understand that I put it down because I don't know what the heck I'm reading. So this is just a little bit of both, but I like it. And he talks about this thing called pain bodies, which is just trauma and pain that we keep into ourselves individually that kind of manifests into its own beast. And so he calls those pain bodies, and you can kind of interact. See, it's funny because, see, to him, you know, if somebody is, I don't know, say somebody has like a really, really strong pain body, which means they have a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of negative emotions within themselves that they aren't aware of or are aware of but haven't begun working on diminishing the strength of. He'll say, you know, this person's pain body is speaking or this person's pain body is doing these things. But to me, it's a nigga moment. If you've ever watched the Boondocks, you can kind of tell when someone is kind of luring you or trying to bait you into a nigga moment. It's similar like that. So I'm going to give y'all just a little bit of a few excerpts from what I've read to kind of let you know what this book is talking about. And then you can kind of decide if you want to read this book on your own. So when he talks about pain bodies and how it's passed down generationally, this is something that he said that really stuck out to me that I wanted to share with you all. The voice in your head will be telling sad, anxious, or angry stories about yourself or your life, about other people, about past, future, or imaginary events. The voice will be blaming, accusing, complaining, imagining, and you are totally identified with whatever the voice says. Believe it all, it's distorted thoughts. At that point, the addiction to unhappiness has set in. Another point about pain bodies that really stuck out to me, it says, how the pain body feeds on drama. If there are other people around, preferably your partner or a close family member, the pain body will attempt to provoke them, push their buttons, as the expression goes, so it can feed on the ensuing drama. Pain bodies love intimate relationships and families because that is where they get most of their food. It is hard to resist another person's pain body that is determined to draw you into a reaction. A nigga moment. Instinctively, it knows your weakest, most vulnerable points. If it doesn't succeed the first time, it'll try again and again. It is raw emotion looking for more emotion. The other person's pain body wants to awaken yours so that both pain bodies can mutually energize each other, which also is similar to misery loves company. This is on the ego's need to feel superior. For example, you're about to tell someone the news of what happened. Guess what? You don't know yet? Let me tell you. If you are alert enough, present enough, you may be able to detect a momentary sense of satisfaction within yourself just before imparting the news, even if it is bad news. It is due to the fact that for a brief moment there is, in the eyes of the ego, an imbalance in your favor between you and the other person. For that brief moment, you know more than the other. The satisfaction that you feel is of the ego, and it is derived from feeling a stronger sense of self relative to the other person. Even if he or she is the president or the pope, you feel superior in that moment because you know more. Many people are addicted to gossiping partly for this reason. Now let's get into the ego and fame, y'all. The absurd overvaluation of fame is just one of the many manifestations of egoic madness in the world. Some famous people fall into the same error and identify with the collective fiction the image people and the media have created for them, and they begin to actually see themselves as superior to ordinary mortals. As a result, they become more and more aligned with themselves. As a result, they become more and more alienated from themselves and others, more and more unhappy, more and more dependent on their continuing popularity, surrounded only by people who feed their inflated self-image. They become incapable of genuine relationship. So that's why I'm passing this book on to y'all, because I think that y'all should read it, consider it, whatever, and take your time with it. Like I said, I read it in chunks. With books like these, I have to read it in chunks because also it's very wordy. So sometimes he'll get right to the point, and sometimes it's very wordy, and it kind of, I'm tired. By the time I get to the point, like, I'm tired, I'm bored, I forgot what I'm doing. And so that's just one thing to kind of keep in mind. But I think it's still definitely something that's worthy of being in your library or your personal collection, and just pick it up whenever you feel just kind of off, maybe. And this is one thing that's been kind of helping me out, especially with just being someone that deals with anxiety and whatnot. He talked about the phrase, "This too shall pass," and his take on it, which I thought was really remarkable. So he's speaking about the words, "This too will pass," inscribed on a ring. And he says, those words inscribed on the ring are not telling you that you should not enjoy the good in life, nor are they merely meant to provide some comfort in times of suffering. They have a deeper purpose, to make you aware of the fleetingness of every situation, which is due to the transience of all forms, good or bad. When you become aware of the transience of all forms, your attachment to them lessens, and you disidentify from them to some extent. Being detached does not mean that you cannot enjoy the good that the world has to offer. In fact, you enjoy it more. Once you see and accept the transience of all things and the inevitability of change, you can enjoy the pleasures of the world while they last, without fear of loss or anxiety about the future. When you are detached, you gain a higher vantage point from which to view the events in your life, instead of being trapped inside them. So, that's what I got for y'all. That is the book that has been doing numbers on my soul and my mind, and just helping me remember where I'm at, what I'm supposed to be doing, you know, where I need to be, what train, what line of thought I need to be on. So let me know if you've read this book. Let me know what it did for you. I just like talking to y'all. Subscribe. We're going to be doing this, y'all. Get your little tea. Get your face mask on. You know what I'm saying? Vaseline your heels and throw them socks on. Twist up your hair. Oil your scalp. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Put the cookies in the oven. Let's just sit together and let's talk literature. Okay? So, yeah. I will see y'all later. Thank you so much for watching, and please go pick up a book. Let's be read in 2019. Let's be well read in 2019. I like it. So I will see y'all later. And yeah,